United States is reportedly considering deploying a second aircraft carrier to the Middle East, according to a recent report by Axios. Sources indicate that active discussions are currently underway within U.S. defense circles about reinforcing American military presence in the Middle East. Speaking on February 10, President Donald Trump stated, "We already have an Armada station there, and it appears that another one might soon be sent." Meanwhile, reports have noted visible activity inside the U.S. Al-Udeid airbase in Qatar, suggesting ongoing operational movements. According to Reuters, satellite imagery revealed that American forces were seen loading Patriot missile systems into truck-based launchers. The report detailed that these Patriot missile units were specifically placed on M983 heavy expanded mobility tactical trucks, enhancing their deployment flexibility. Analysts suggest this move allows the missile systems to be less exposed to targeting threats while enabling faster launch readiness when required. Military experts added that this decision significantly boosts the mobility of Patriot batteries, allowing them to be repositioned and operated with greater speed. These developments unfold at a time when Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is scheduled to meet U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House on February 11th.
On this trip, we will discuss a number of issues: Gaza, the region, but of course first and foremost the negotiations with Iran. I will present to the President our ideas about the principles in the negotiations, the important principles, and in my opinion they are important not only for Israel, but for everyone in the world who wants peace and security in the Middle East. I think there's an extraordinary alignment between Israel and the United States. Everyone would love to see something that would resolve without a war, but it'll be up to Iran. They insist on holding nuclear weaponry and enriched uranium. And I think the president's made it very clear that's not acceptable.
Originally set for February 18th, the high-profile visit was advanced by roughly 1 week, according to multiple reports. The timing of the meeting coincides with signals from both Washington and Tehran indicating plans to resume indirect diplomatic talks in Oman shortly. Ahead of his meeting with President Trump, Prime Minister Netanyahu also held discussions with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner on February 10th. As reported by CNN, Netanyahu intends to discuss potential military strategies against Tehran during his session with Trump. Additional reports suggest that Netanyahu will also present new intelligence assessments relating to Iran's current military capabilities. Israeli officials have expressed growing concern over Iran's efforts to rebuild its missile arsenal to match or surpass pre-June war capacities. Intelligence estimates from Israel project that, if left unchecked, Tehran could accumulate between 1,800 and 2,000 operational missiles within a matter of months. During the upcoming talks, Netanyahu is expected to urge Trump to enforce stricter limitations on Iran's missile development program. In advance of the Israeli leader's arrival, Iran publicly warned the United States to remain vigilant regarding the destructive influence of Zionist policies. Meanwhile, senior Iranian advisor Ali Larijani made a diplomatic visit to Oman, which is mediating preparations for renewed U.S.-Iran discussions.
In the previous phase, the track was developing to a certain stage, but it was the United States of America that changed the course of the negotiations. We said in this regard that if the negotiations are realistic, we are ready to engage in them. In the first session we pointed this out, and your foreign minister also said that our outlook would not be negative, but rather positive, and our officials announced this as well. In this context, we have focused on the nuclear issue. From the beginning, we believe that war does not resolve matters between the two countries, and the regional disputes between Iran and the West must be resolved through dialogue. It was a mistake on the part of others to believe that they could resolve issues through the language of force. This was a negative point and led to many problems in the dialogue. We believe that the many problems in the region must be resolved through dialogue between both sides. This is a matter we cannot overlook. However, the issue of mistrust requires us to work in specific ways to address this lack of trust. We must establish a purposeful framework to resolve these issues. Throughout history, and especially with the Americans, there has been mistrust for the past 100 years. We cannot draft a special and lengthy framework solely for this mistrust, but it is deeply rooted, and we must work on a framework that defines the fundamental issues for both countries.
25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.